just one fix. Hush whispers in the dark clicks. Heartbeat pills with every stream. Hollow ground ain't what it seems. Exclusive threads, hidden posts. In the shadows, ghost and host. Broken code, secret law. Members only, this I swore. Belong to the tribal elites. Shadows dancing at our feet. No outsiders break the line. Members only, drawn and signed. Chaos reigns behind the screen. Digital dreams sold the scene. Fingers tapping summon gods. Binary beats, angels applaud. In this realm we bow to none. Northern shade, starless sun. Cheek empire, supreme reigns. Members only in our veins. Belong to the tribal elites. Shadows dancing at our feet. No outsiders break the line. Members only, drawn and signed. In this realm we bow to none. Northern shade, starless sun. Cheek empire, supreme reigns. Members only in our belong to the tribal elites. Shadows dance at our feet. No outsiders break the line. Members only, drawn and signed. Unsigned.
Oh, crikey. Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to this special members-only edition of Sunday Night Appointment with Fear. It's an extra episode, because we're looking at Waxwork II, Lost in Time. On Friday, we had a look at Waxwork from 1988. This week we're looking at its sequel, its direct sequel, written and directed by the same bloke, Anthony Hickox. Waxwork II, Lost in Time. So that's what we're doing. Right, so we'll just get on with it. No point saying like and subscribe and all that stuff, because you're already members, because this is going to remain members only for the foreseeable future. So, anywho, right, so we'll just get on with the film, shall we? We're not going to watch it, obviously. We're going to watch it in a series of stills. And all that stuff. But we'll get some information about it first. So, Waxwork II, Lost in Time. As I said, directed by Anthony Hickox, written by him as well. He did the first one. Stars Zach Galligan, Alexander Godnoff, Monica Schnarr, Martin Kemp, Bruce Campbell. We've got Marina Sirtis in there. We've got a cameo from Drew Barrymore, Blink and You'll Miss Her. And loads of other people as well. And Thingamabob returns. Patrick McNee returns from the first film as well. Even though he died in it, but he's still going to be in it. Who else is in it? Sophie Ward, David Carradine, he appears as well. With his own props, or prop, should I say. I don't know what the budget for it was. It didn't have a, I don't think it did very well at the box office. It didn't have an American theatrical release, direct-to-video, premiered in the Philippines, of all places, on March 26, 1992, and it was given a direct-to-video release in the United States on June the 16th. So, what else? Originally intended as a theatrical release, it didn't get one. Anyway, TV Guide liked this sequel more than the original and gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I don't think it's as good as the original, not by a long shot. But anyway, so there we go. This is the film, according to I'll put it away, on the Blu-ray of the first film. Anthony Hickox says Waxwork II is the film he originally wanted to make with Waxwork. But now the technology had progressed a little bit, and this is the film he wanted to make. God knows Wax, it's not as good. The original Waxwork is miles better. But anyway, right. So we'll just get into it, shall we? By the way, this time, the first one was filmed in Los Angeles entirely. This time they went over to Ontario in Canada. It's also Los Angeles, it says, but it says Ontario, Canada. 68 Gloucester Street, 68 Gloucester Avenue. I think they're getting things mixed up there. I think they might be. But I don't. There's nothing about the production on Wikipedia. They didn't say a lot about it on the DVD, Blu-ray. I mean, in the special features. Apart from it, was the film he always wanted to make. But anyway, there were some things that they did say, which I'll get to when we get to that part in the film, particularly the Bruce Campbell part. Right, where are we? Although written by a British writer, the American actors were allowed to speak the dialogue in their own words, replacing common British speech mannerisms with American ones. Many of the anachronisms in the movie were on purpose, as a type of Easter egg for the fans. Yeah, of course they were. Of course they were. Don't try and fool us, mate. And Justin's here, says, "Hey Steve, happy Sunday. Sorry I missed Friday. Had to work overnight, so needed to sleep before work. So sorry, good. Don't apologise to me. You don't have to watch me stuff if you're busy or if you just don't want to. It's fine. But I'm happy you're here tonight because we're looking at Waxwork II, Lost in Time, which is fun, but not as much fun as the first one. Right, so let's get on with it, shall we? I will do that, and I will pop myself down in the corner. I can never remember that one. Yeah. And we'll get full screen this baby, and we'll get on with it. And I'll try and remember what they said in the behind-the-scenes documentary on the Blu-ray for the first one. Anyway, right, add it to the screen. Off we jolly well go. Right, here it comes. There we go. Who's doing this one? Don't know. Probably somebody doing Electric Pictures. Who are they? No idea. An Anthony Hickox film. Right, we begin. We get a quote. To the looking glass world it was Alice that said, I've a sceptre in hand, I've a crown on my head. Let the looking glass creatures, whatever they be, come and dine with the Red Queen, the White Queen, and me. And then it says what it's from. Somewhere. I'm sure it does. Maybe. Does it? Go on. No, it doesn't. Never mind. I thought it did. It's from Alice Through the Looking Glass, I do believe. Anyway, we get a quick recap of what happened at the end of the first film. The waxwork getting destroyed and burned down, and everybody dying, and all that stuff. And then Patrick McNee delivering his. Hang on, I've put the subtitles on in a minute. They're going to say, "Oh my goodness!" He does in a minute. His only, well, not his own. His first. Oh my goodness! As he gets his head ripped off by the werewolf. It's all good fun. So a little recap of the first film, and the hand. There's the hand, which does have a part to play. What was that noise? The ghosts. Right, so anyway, and now we're going to get introduced to Zach Galligan, who returns as Mark from the first film. Mark Loftmore, I think that's what they call him. But the part of Sarah Brightman, apparently. That's what they call her. Apparently, Anthony Cox had no idea that Sarah Brightman was a popular singer. Oh, I don't think I've got it anymore. I think I got rid of it. Let me check. Have I still got it? Oh, no, I got rid of it. Never mind. Sarah Brightman was a popular singer. Well, still is, maybe. I don't know. Does she sing? I don't know. With Hot Gossip back in the day. And she sang Phantom of the Opera and stuff like that. You know, she's like a proper singer. A wife of Andrew Lloyd Webber. Apparently had no idea. But find that hard to believe. But anyway, as I said, we're going to see that Deborah Foreman played Sarah in the first film. She was dating the director Anthony Hickox. They had a messy breakup, in quotes, messy breakup. And she refused to return for the sequel. He did try to get her to come back, saying, couldn't be all professional and that, but she didn't want anything to do with him, apparently. So we get another person. Hang on, where are they? Playing, there we are, playing Sarah. Who looks nothing like it and is about twice as tall as her. I think she's a model. Her name is, I will tell you, because I can't remember, Monica Schnarr. I think this was her first acting role. She was a model. She was very nervous, apparently, but she said everybody was nice with her. And but anyway, she's playing Sarah in this. And as I say, she looks nothing like Deborah Foreman. And that's she's twice as tall as her. Anyway, never mind. So they've got away from the waxwork as it burns to the ground. And they pull up a taxi. I think we see the hand popping out. We're getting its point of view. We're getting the hand's POV. If you can't afford an effect or can't work out how to do an effect, do a POV. Anyway, so there you go. They jump in the taxi. It's a very similar taxi to what we saw in the first one, but it's obviously a different one because it's got a different text on the side. Obviously, it's like, what is it, 4 years later. But I don't know if it's the same one with different livery on. I don't know. Because apparently in Los Angeles, which is where this is supposed to be, they don't have these yellow cabs. I don't know. These are like a New York thing, aren't they? But anyway, they get in the cab, and then we see the waxwork burning down. And they're heading home. So he takes her home. We see behind. They say, it's all over with now. What if one of those creatures got out? And he says something along the lines of, it's burned to the ground. Nothing's going to happen. But behind them, the hand's crawling up the window. It's dead stupid. Anyway, so they arrive at her where she lives. And from the first one, we've got the impression that they were all pretty well-off people. And this apartment block where she lives, I don't know if they filmed it at the same place. It looked like a nice place, didn't it? And I thought they were quite well off. She didn't look. None of them looked poor, did they? But then when she gets home, dropped her off. She gets into the house when it shows it. There we see her flying. Apparently, this is from Lobster Men. I think Lobster Men from Mars. Is it that? I've got it in the trivia somewhere. Which I've not heard of and not seen. It came out in 1989, and Anthony Hickox was in it. It's here somewhere. Yes, Lobster Man from Mars. The flying saucer landing seen on Sarah's stepfather's television is from Lobster Man from Mars. So there you go. By the way, there's another actress in this who Anthony Hickox has also dated, Sophie Ward. Oh dear. Dates a lot of people, doesn't he? Anyway, I'm fascinated by. I want to see this Lobster Man from Mars now, going from just that one shot. But anyway. There you go. She comes in, obviously very dirty and stuff like that. So apparently she's supposed to be really poor. But you didn't get that impression from the first film. She comes in. Who playing her stepfather? It's none other than I've got a bloody name now. Bloody hell. Me and names, eh? God, he's been in a million things. That's it. George Buckflower. That's the fella. George Buckflower. He's been in like They Live, Back to the Future. Oh, he's been in loads of stuff. You know him when you see him. And he don't look like a very nice person drinking a can of beer. says beer on. Apparently it's from another film. That's in the trivia as well. I remember reading it. Oh, here we go. Sarah's stepfather drinks the same beer that was seen in Repo Man, 1984. Another film I've not seen. But I think it was directed by Alex Cox, a British filmmaker. But I've not seen it. But I've heard it's good. I've not seen it. There you go. Well, if it ain't Cinderella. So, anyway, she says, sorry, stepfather. What's it called? You know, when do you call your stepfather that? I mean, I had a stepfather. God bless his soul. He's not with us anymore, but he was an amazing bloke. Not once I called him stepfather. I just called him by his name. But anyway, there you go. I can explain stepfather. Oh dear, never mind. So anyway, he tells her off. There you go. And we learn that her mother's dead. So he's had to raise her or whatever. I don't know, but she's in at 3 o'clock in the morning. He almost hits her, but then she goes to her room and sees photos. But then the hand returns. There he is sitting in his chair. The hand returns. By the way, the effects were done by the same team that did the first film. Bob Keane, I think, was the supervisor of the animatronics and makeup effects and stuff like that. Like the hand, like Cousin It thing. No, it's Thing, innit? Cousin It's the one with the long hair, innit? Like that. This is Thing, innit, from Adam's Family. Anyway, attacks him. There you go, attacks him, and she comes in, saves him, but doesn't because it grabs a hammer and like. And it beats. I don't know if it beats him to death or what. I don't know with the hammer, but it hurts him, shall we say? Anyway, she shoves it down. This is not, this is after it covers her in hot dog stuff. There you go, hot dog buns and mustard and all sorts of stuff. It's all very Sam Raimi. A lot of Sam Raimi humour in, which is maybe not weird, because Bruce Campbell's in the film as well. A lot of Sam Raimi type humour in there as well. I think it's deliberate. In this film, if the first film were an homage to classic horror, werewolf, etc., Dracula, blah blah blah, this one's an homage to, I suppose, movies, or Anthony Hitchcock's favourite movies. So we get a bit of Sam Raimi, we get some of The Haunting, Robert Wise as The Haunting, and that fantasy stuff, Alien, etc. But we'll get there. Anyway, she shoves it in the waste disposal. Good old waste disposal. Where would America be without one of those? You don't really see them over here, waste disposals. I don't know anybody who's got one, and there always seem to be more trouble than what they're worth if going on movies is anything to go by. But anyway, there you go, it ends up in there. Of course, she gets sprayed with blood. Here it comes. It's all covered in hot dog goo. Here it comes, rumbling. There you go, spraying now. Suddenly she's covered. Never mind. Anyway, Mark, you said it was over, but obviously it's not. There we go. Good old, they like that Waxwork logo, don't they? But they had Lost in Time. But is it Lost in Time, or is it just Lost in Fantasyland? I don't know. But anyway, there's supposed to be time portals. Apparently the Waxworks that we saw in the first film, excuse me, were time portals, and they travel to a different time. Don't know. Anyway, McAfee. Anyway, then bang! Suddenly, oh yes, he was killed by the hand with the hammer. Just remembered, because she's in court, on trial for murder. But anyway, the judge is played by the same fella that played the lecturer, teacher in the first film, whose name I've forgotten. Remember, in the first film he was the financial chap. What they call it now? The production bond. What they call it? No, I can't remember what they call it now. The budget for the film. But anyway, what's he called? I can't remember. Where are we? Judge. Buckley Norris. That's the fella. I don't know if he's the financial chap in this one. Let's have a look and see if it says production design, costume design, makeup production. Bear with me. I'm just curious, by the way. No, it doesn't say. Never mind. Never mind. It says true garbage disposal units are more trouble than they're worth. You don't see them much anymore here also. Alright, fair enough. So you don't see them at all over here. By the way, in this film, he seems obsessed, does Anthony Hickox, with split diopters. But he does use them quite well in this, I must admit. If you watch me, I think we did start at the motion picture a while ago, Magnificent Mondays. Robert Wise in that, obsessed with split diopters for no reason. That's when you get like a split lens, so the foreground and the background are both in focus. And that's what he's done here. You can tell she's in focus, he's in focus, and you end up with like either a straight line or a fuzzy line down the middle of the screen, or down part of the screen, depending, what angle they've got it at. But uses it a lot in this film, but sometimes well. Anyway, right, so she's in trouble. She's up for murder, but she said it was a disembodied hand that did it. But anyway, there goes the prosecution lawyer saying, mocking her basically. But and then we learn that the waxwork that burned down, they found 200 bodies inside. So anyway, there you go. Latest body count of the waxworks is 200. Where do they come from? No idea. But anyway, right. So, but the judge says that has nothing to do with this. But anyway, so he jumps up and he says, she's telling the truth. She didn't murder anybody. And order. And he gets thrown out. And then suddenly, there you go, she didn't do anything, I tell you. And then suddenly, they're coming out of court. Her and Mark. And I thought, oh, she's been let off. Turns out, no, she hasn't. So she's not been held. She's not on remand or anything like that. She's not. They haven't arrested her. She's not in jail. She's just up for murder, but she can just go and bog off and do a thing. She mustn't be a flight risk. I don't know. But anyway, this is the taxi again. You notice it's not 666 this time. The area code in the last film, the area code was 666, wasn't it? And the prices have gone up as well, because I think it was 10 cents for the first quarter of a mile. I think in the first film, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, so they're heading over now to remember Sir Wilfrid, Patrick McNee's place. Apparently, Mark were told by Sir Wilfrid if we're ever in trouble to go to this place. So here he is, and there doesn't seem to be much in here apart from a projector that's set up with a 35mm or whatever film reel playing. So who set this up? I have no idea, but it just starts going by itself. And Sir Wilfrid saying, if you're watching this, I'm dead. But and something's gone wrong. If you're watching this, so what you've got to do, I'm leaving everything to you, Mark. All the supernatural knickknacks that me and your grandfather, because remember his grandfather was murdered by David Warner in the first film, that me and your grandfather collected over the years. It's all yours, and it'll help you somehow to get the evidence you need. But anyway, some time portal thing he's got to get. It's like a compass. Well, it's not like it is a compass. A bit like the one that Jack Sparrow has in Pirates of the Caribbean. Some amusing bits, because he say like, "Wait, aren't we supposed to?" And then in the film he goes, "Oh yes, another thing." It's very tongue in cheek. It is, but it says, "Oh, you need to know how to get to the secret chamber." Not that anybody mentioned a secret chamber. Just follow Alice through the looking glass. Remember the quote at the beginning of the film? It's all about Alice through the looking glass. I think Anthony Hickox is trying to be clever. Anyway, so it's in there somewhere. I'm guessing is this in his mansion? I don't know. He had a big mansion, didn't he, with the servants and stuff in the first film. But this was like an apartment room. Or maybe filmed in a hotel. I have no idea. But anyway, they find the mirror. Alice through the looking glass. But he's looking around for a thing. But then she sees this chessboard, an Alice in Wonderland chessboard, and she picks up the Alice piece, and that triggers the door to open. Dun, dun, dun. So in he goes. There you go. Here we find all the bits and bobs. There's supposed to be some stuff in here, Easter eggs. So let's go through them and see what I can find. I've no idea what that is. All that. Silver bullets, so if they come across a werewolf, they'll come in handy, won't they? They're supposed to be Bates Motel key, but I missed it first time round. So, is that it there? Yes, there we go. Bates Motel, room 1. Obviously where Marion, wasn't it? Yeah, Marion stayed in room 1 at the Bates Motel. He's mixing up fictional places with real life again, isn't he? Like he did in the first film. Because not Dracula. Yeah, they have Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster. Who appears again in this, totally different. But anyway, whatever. What else have we got? Van Helsing. Is the Ark of the Covenant in there, maybe? Don't know. Doesn't say. But I think that's what that's supposed to be in it, because it looks like it's been burned off, like we saw in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Anyway, anything else? Ex-Living Dead. Whatever that means. But we do have a scene from Dawn of the Dead. Well, a scene similar to Dawn of the Dead. Oh, there's Jason's hockey mask. I missed that one as well first time round. What's that there? Don't know. Something made of gold. Because Jason, in the first film, they wanted Jason and some others from other slasher films. But particularly Jason, they wanted him to appear, but they couldn't get the clearance for it, so that he didn't appear. He's looking through the mask. He's the man behind the mask, and there he's found the MacGuffin of the film. There it is, the magical compass that points to the time portals. There it is. Right, so says used by angels, both light and dark. There we go. So use this to open one of Mr. Lincoln's time doors. So he thinks they've got to go back to the ruins of the waxwork to open the time door, but it turns out they don't have to. They can do it anywhere. Pardon me. So this is what they're doing. It opens up there. There we go. That opens up, and we get this is supposed to be inside the compass. What we're seeing there, little doors opened. But anyway, there, cool, groovy, lighty effects. Anyway, she's not sure about it, but anyway, they jump through. Here we go. Emerging from some, I don't know, a butthole or something. And he lets go of her, and she falls away. Oh no! But then we have this. I don't know. Is this a rip-off of House? Remember the film House? I can't remember the fellow who were in it. Directed by Steve Miner. That was like a comedy horror. Really good. I should do it one day. I like House. This kind of rips that off. It's a bit of a I don't know if it's stop motion or a puppet. I don't know, but it grabs hold of her and carries her away. Anyway, and then another one comes and does it grab hold of him? I don't know. I can't remember. But then he has some weird flashback to his parents. I'm guessing it's his parents. I don't know, because it's kind of creepy. I don't know if he were he kidnapped as a kid. I don't know, but these people are saying, "Come to mummy," and then she's like hoiking up a skirt, and it's all kind of a bit weird and creepy, and makes you feel dirty, But anyway, he goes off with them. And then I was going back in time, isn't he? Because then we see him in the womb. And then, bang, he's here. He's in Frankenstein's castle now. Apparently, they didn't have the budget for a big, massive set. So I think what they built was, I think this staircase, maybe that bit there. I think that staircase, and I think up to there might be real. Not that first floor. But everything else around it is a model. It's a false perspective. And the producer or something, the fellow that did it, says, "Oh, it'll work fine." The cinematographer and the effects chaps says it'll look great, and the producer says, "Oh, it's going to look rubbish," and it actually looks amazing, doesn't it? You can't see the joint. Well, I can't anyway. I think it looks really good. So I think all this and the outside is a model in front of the camera, closer to the camera. I think it looks really good. Anyway, I think that door's real as well, but everything else, I think it's all right from there, all that round there, and that round there. I think that's not there. I think that's right. But anyway, whatever. It looks really cool. It's a model. So anyway, we're in Frankenstein's castle now. It turns out there's a knock at the door. He opens it, and there's an angry mob there. Oh no, they come later, the angry mob. It's the burgomaster who's there first. Says, "Oh, Victor Frankenstein." He's like, But then Martin Kemp appears. There he is. Remember from Spandau Ballet? I think. It was Spandau Ballet, wasn't it? He used to be in. And EastEnders, and they were in The Craze, Krays. So he's an actor. But he's rubbish in this. But he's playing Baron Frankenstein. House is good, says Justin. I agree. Yeah, that set looks awesome. As I said, it's like half a set, isn't it? It's like a bit of a set and a model in front of the camera. A forced perspective model. Really good. Yeah, it must be that side. I think they've only got that side of the set, and then must be all the other side is a forced perspective. Anywho, that's what they said in the behind the scenes. Maybe they were lying. I don't know. But anyway, they're saying, "You've created a monster and we've got to kill it," and he tells them to bog off. And then Sarah appears in a wig, but she doesn't realise she's Sarah. She's speaking with some accent. I think she's called Elizabeth. So for some reason, she has trouble being herself in these other times. Mark's fine. Maybe is it because he's carrying the compass? I don't know. But he's always Mark, and he always remembers who he is. But for some reason, Sarah seems to get lost. Maybe she's the lost in time thing. Oh, I've reached my target, my steps. Maybe that's why it's called Lost in Time, because she's the one getting lost or losing herself, so to speak. But anyway. So he says, "Go away," and Felix comes. Felix is the hunchback. Can you say that? I don't know. Hunchback, servant of Baron Frankenstein. He's the ego, and it takes him away, and it's as though he's like, I don't know, a slave or something or whatever. I don't know, but it turns out he's his best friend, but he's treating him like rubbish or something, as though he's a prisoner. Here he's Felix. Terrible, really annoying character. But anyway, and they take him through this like a hidden door. There we go. This door that's disguised as a door. But anyway. Justin says, 80% of the time, old school effects work so much better than new effects. Practical is so much better. Yes, it is. Practical is better than CG. Although really well done CG is cool. But like I said, that's why films cost like $200 million, because really well done CG costs more than practical effects, doesn't it? Is the Baron the guy from Embrace of the Vampire? Or did you say he was? I don't know. I haven't seen Embrace of the Vampire, so I don't know. Is Martin Kemp, as I said, who's used to be in Spandau Ballet. He appeared in The Craze as one of the Craze, I can't remember. He's got a brother called Martin Kemp, who's also an actor. In EastEnders, which is a British soap. He's been in quite a few things, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Hang on, I'll tell you. Let's have a look. Where are we? Where the hell is he? Martin Kemp. Right, here we go. He's also been on Gogglebox, which is a TV series. Right, credits. Strippers versus Werewolves they were in. I think I've got that. I've never seen it. I'm looking for Embrace of the Vampire. It was in Jack the Ripper, An Ongoing Mystery. I narrated that. Lots of TV is to be expected. Yes, he was in Embrace of the Vampire. He played the vampire in it, 1995. I've not seen that one, but yes, he was in that. and he's been in loads of other stuff. But anyway, so yes, good catch. The Bristol the Vampire is great, he says. Oh, right. Another film I'll have to look up. Anywho, I forgot what I want now. Oh, yes, they've gone through the door that's disguised as a door to Victor's lab. He's told him you've got to feed and clean the monster. The creature. So he throws him down the stairs. He's falling down the stairs. He's all that overacting, looking. Dead annoying. But here's the monster. Looks nothing like Frankenstein's monster in the first film. If you remember, that one in the first film was played by Kane Hodder. I don't know who plays him in this one. Let's have a look. Alyssa Miller, the insane Alyssa Milano. Is she in Embrace of the Vampire? What am I looking for? Monster. Frankenstein's monster. Let's have a look. Does it say? The creature. I don't know. Frankenstein's monster. Stefanos Miltsakakis plays the monster. Who the hell is he? Don't know. I'm guessing only if he's a wrestler, because he looks to have pretty big arms. I don't know. I have no idea. He's done a lot of stunt work apparently. Right, so there we go. So no, he's not a wrestler. Right, where were we? There he goes. So his food is kept in a bucket with chien on it, which obviously is French for dog. So they treat him like a dog. So anyway, so they're going to feed him. His food's kept in a bucket that says slop. It looks in that. Says, I can't feed that. It's disgusting. Because there's all maggots and stuff in it. Does it show it? There we go. So then he sees a plate of food. There we go. It says, I'll give you this. So I don't know, sprouts. Oh, God. If I was starving, I'd eat sprouts. I don't mind sprouts, but I'd rather not. And a couple of, are they like pork chops? Half-eaten pork chops. But anyway, Victor Frankenstein's notes, it says, beginner's guide to reanimation. It says on. And a cup of tea. Half a cup of tea. Anyway, there you go. So he's got that. That's his evidence. He's supposed to be going to these places to gather evidence to show the judge at the trial so he can get Sarah off of a murder rap. If they'll just let her go, but anyway, whatever. So it gives gives the monster the food, and off he goes back upstairs. So there you go. I think the monster kind of likes him now because he fed him normal, proper food. Pardon me. Right, so there's Felix laughing. I think the angry mob's coming now in a minute, but he's sneaking up to see Sarah. There she is asleep. She doesn't remember who he is at first, but he reminds her, Henry, what are you doing here? And then she remembers. And she, oh, Mark, I remember now. So, anyway, so they've got to get out of here. So, see, he's still got the compass round his neck. There you go, he's going to use the compass now. Find out where the portal is. There with the time door. But then the angry mob arrive. They're going to burn the place down or whatever. That's what he's saying. You're my best friend and you're sleeping with Elizabeth, I think he calls it. Anyway, so here's the angry mob with pitchforks and torches, etc. There we go. They go running through the house. And they run down to the basement. And suddenly she forgets that she's Sarah again for a minute. But anyway, he finds where the portal is. Anyway, the monster saves him. The monster kills Felix, and then it gets Frankenstein. There we go. It breaks free, and nice bit of gruesomeness. Although it's like comedy gore, doesn't look realistic at all. That's a Sam Raimi kind of gore, especially Sam Raimi because eyes pop out in a minute. There you go. It's found the portal. There it is. It sends her through. Then realises in the altercation that's just happened that I've skipped by. For some reason, it's put the notebook down on the desk, and he's got to go and get that. But While he's grabbing that, he's going to have his eyes popped out. There we go. And then his brain pops out as well. A brain pops out, flies across the room, and lands in his hand. And it's all very comedic and not very scary. It's not a scary film, is this? The first one wasn't scary either, but the first one was more horrific. This is played for laughs. Anyway. But it pushed Sarah through, so she'd gone. But for some reason, the portal's closed. So he's got to find another one. So anyway, he finds another one, and he leaves as all that's kicking off. He's going to show it to you. There he goes, boom, and disappears. And suddenly he's in black and white. So now he's in The Haunting, or a version of The Haunting. Justin says Martin was on his way to be big time in the early 90s, but he had 2 brain tumours and almost died. Oh, I didn't know that. He survived, but his career never seemed to recover to the level it was headed. Shame, he is good. He seems a nice chap. As I said, recently he's done soap operas and stuff in the UK, and he's appeared on Celebrity Gogglebox. Gogglebox is a series in the UK where there's Gogglebox and there's Celebrity Gogglebox, and it's people talking about the week's TV or the month's TV or whatever. That's just shows, just seeing like the big TV programs, and it's I haven't seen it for a while, I must admit, but it is really funny, and it was like a massive hit over here. And so he appeared on that with his son, did Martin Kemp. This movie is like Return of the Living Dead. This one's supposed to be The Haunting, from the Robert Wise film. This one, this is the one with Bruce Campbell in. He's got himself like a 60s hairdo. There's Bruce Campbell. He's playing John. I think it's credited as John Loftmore. I don't know why they've called him that. Bruce Campbell. Yes, as John Loftmore. I don't know what. I've no idea why they've called him that. I can't remember the name of the character. It was Richard Johnson in The Haunting, wasn't it? And he was called John, but I can't remember his last name. But it wasn't Loftmore. Mark's surname's Loftmore, so that's a weird one. Anyway, he did Highlander TV show and stage acting also. Yes, he's done quite a bit. He's been around with Martin Kemp. He's multi-talented. Anywho, where were we? Bruce Campbell's here, overacting as usual, playing a really good part, I must admit. Where they're going to go into a haunted house, and so where we're going to meet. Oh, this is here she is, Marina Sirtis, my favourite person. My favourite person. There she is. I must admit, looking really hot. I won't deny she's gorgeous as Marina Sirtis, but she's just mental. I don't like her. But anyway, she's playing. I can't remember the name of a character. I'll tell you. But in The Haunting, the character called Theo, played by Claire Bloom, or Catherine Zeta-Jones in the terrible remake. But less said about that, the better. Who am I looking for? Marina Sirtis. My eyes are going there. Terrible. Where's Marina Sirtis? Should be somewhere near the top. Surely. Where is she? Where's Marina? There they are. Gloria in this. Gloria. But anyway, off she goes. And then Sophie Ward. We're going to see her. Here she comes. This is Sophie Ward as Eleanor. Love to add little information to the stream. And it's greatly appreciated, Justin. It is. Because you're not getting any information from me. Anyway, right, so off they go into the house. They're going into a haunted house, investigating a haunted house, as they did in The Haunting. Obviously a model house, but, cool stuff. Then he's looking up, and as he's looking up, we keep looking up, and we're going to space. And I thought, hang on, what's he looking at here? But it's just a transition, isn't it? Oh, crikey. Oh, my goodness, Justin, with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for letting me ramble. Ha ha! I'll be rambling for over an hour. Marina, always beautiful. Yes, she is, but she's mental, and she does my head in, and she can't act. But neither can I. But I'm not beautiful. Anyway, where were we? Right, yes, so we're up in space now. There's a spaceship. I don't think it's not like I don't think they've got industrial light and magic to do their effects here. I think they're just holding the torch behind, cut out of a planet. But anyway, there's a spaceship. This is the alien thing. Time portal, so they're going into the future as well. I don't know, but anyway, this is where Sarah ended up. He pushed Sarah through. She's ended up somewhere else. And so they're on this ship, and there's aliens running about. There she's being Ripley. They're all swearing and shouting at one another. Apparently, we learn that aliens have killed all the rest of the crew, and they got in through the soup. They were eating soup or something. And so maybe that's an airplane thing, because they're saying a bit, thank goodness I didn't eat the soup. And the one other fella that's left goes, what, soup? And then obviously he gets, we learn that he's infected. She's a bit of a loon, yeah, sometimes in a fun and good way. As I said, she reminds me, she's like the dirty ant that tries to seduce you at weddings. Anyway, right, where were we? There we go. An embryo. One of those things gets out there. So anyway, so lots of swearing, and anyway, so they learn that. Look, she's taking charge. Look, they're going to get out in the shuttle. That's what they're going to do. Do a lot of gun pointing at one another. But then the aliens come knocking, or an alien comes knocking. It's a decent creature, I must admit. I'm going to show it in a minute. All right, but they said we've got to get to the shuttle, but they can't get to it because the ship's crawling with aliens. So they've got to go outside. So they all don spacesuits. And when they said, we've got to get to the shuttle, I was thinking of something along the lines of, the shuttle in Alien, like the Narcissus or just some escape craft. It turns out it is a shuttle, a space shuttle. But anyway, we get the spacesuits on. But then here comes the alien. Look, here comes the alien. Gets one of the fellas. We don't get a good look at it just yet. It looks okay when we see it. There you go, the shooting and all that stuff. Here comes the alien. Oh, for Pete's sake. Show us it. There it is. There we go. There it is. There's the alien. Getting people and killing them and stuff. But then they blow a hole in the side of the spaceship so they can get to the shuttle. So out they blow the alien out as well. I don't know. Whatever. There you go. It's killed him. Bit of goo. There you go. Then they have at the shuttle, which is a shuttle, a space shuttle. Maybe did the model makers or whatever take it too literally in the script when it said, we've got to get to the shuttle. So there's just like a moonraker shuttle there. Who knows? Anyway, so they're heading to the shuttle. So then there were the last two that are left, which is Sarah and the other fella. Whose face it looks familiar, but I can't think of his name. But it's probably not who I thought he was. I'm just looking. Hang on, see if I can find him. I don't know. Can't find him. Never mind. Anyway, so then we're going to do another transition. We're heading back to the haunting thing. There we go. Here's Mark. He's trying to find another portal. Look, but it's not working at the moment. There you go. Pounding's going on like in the hauntings, ghosts and all that stuff. He does this where you film like a funfair mirror, where you film the mirror and it's all like doing it now. It might be later, but it's like showing a distorted image. They'll do that later. Anyway, there you go, loud piano note. What was that in the haunting? It was a harp, wasn't it? The harp played itself, didn't it? There's Gloria, looking very sultry. Right, so they're going to check the equipment. Nothing registered. Here we go. The split diopter. You can see that there, both in focus, but obviously his background's out of focus. Anyway, never mind. It does me head in. It does me head in. Anyway, so like I said, they're waiting for something to happen, and he says, "Go and check on the girls." So he's going to go check on the girls, and I think he sees a ghost in a minute. Is it this bit? He sees her first. She brought him a cup of tea. Being very, very British. I think so. Is Sophie Ward? Is she? There's an actor called Simon Ward. Is she related to him? Is she his sister, his daughter? I don't know. I'm going to have to find out now. Sophie Ward. Doesn't say that there. Oh, she was in Young Sherlock Holmes. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. She played Sherlock Holmes as young Sherlock Holmes as love interest, didn't she? In Young Sherlock Holmes. Right. Yes, her dad is Simon Ward, the actor Simon Ward, who I think were in Hindenburg. Was it that? I think he were in that. We know other stuff as well. What else has she been in? Because her name rings a bell. From other stuff. Return to Oz, a film I don't like. Return to Oz and Labyrinth, they all came out around about the same time, didn't they? Labyrinth and Dark Crystal and so. The films I couldn't get into, but anyway. Waxwork II. No, there's nothing standing out. Never mind. Anyway, where were we? She's Simon Ward's daughter. Right, so anyway. Look, she's watching. I think she's supposed to be possessed by the ghost of the house, which is a young girl, and he's going to see that in a minute. There you go. Stuff's kicking off now. Look, the ghosts are coming. Or it's a ghost comes. Oh, this way they do the. No, it's still not doing it. She sees there she comes. She's a ghost of a young girl who just shouts really loud for some reason. I don't know. It should seem like they should have put a bit of echo on it or something. But she's just like going. I'll just play it. Well, there you go.
The diamond! Underneath the diamond!
Well, they do put echo on it, but she's like, underneath the diamond! Sounds like bloody Michael Caine. Anyway. But she's giving him a clue as to where to look. And then there's blood coming, seeping through from the walls. So he's running now. He's running away because the blood's going to come and get him. I think it shows it in colour, actually, in this bit, as it comes through the door. Obviously, echoing The Shining with the blood coming through from the elevators. But he's just coming through a door. There you go. Everything's black and white, apart from the blood, which is red. Anyway, he gets through and escapes that blood. And then I think we find Marina Sirtis has hanged herself. There we go, she's looking up. Marina Sirtis is going to show her. There she is. She's hanged herself, but then she opens her eyes and it's all pointing and she's being scary and all that stuff. And then they find Bruce Campbell, who's got a hawk feeding on his flayed open chest. And he's alive. He's screaming in agony. He's saying, "Go away, bird, shoo!" Doesn't make the bird go away. Apparently, this scene, I don't know, the fellow that did the makeup effects said he had no prep time whatsoever for this scene. When they found out, I have to do Bruce Campbell's chest flayed open, and he didn't have a prop. Specially made prop. So he had to use an old one, which he turned upside down or something, which is why it looks weird. I don't know, but so anyway. But he glued it on to Bruce Campbell's bare chest, so to speak. He says when they took it off at the end of the day, it basically ripped some of Bruce Campbell's skin off. Or blistered, no, that was it. It made it blistered up, because of the gum that they use. It blistered up his skin. Bruce Campbell was like, "What's happened there?" Pardon me. And Bob Keane were mortified. They were like, "Oh no," because apparently, a youngish man. They've ruined my career. But apparently, it disappeared by the next day, so everything was fine. Anyway, and it's upside down because apparently you can see the shirt. What they call it? What they call them? Your clavicle. What's the other name for your clavicle? Anyway, them bones there, they're upside down. They're pointing the wrong way. Anyway, finds this rope. It's trying to find something to do something. I can't remember what, but he pulls a rope, and There we go. Pulls the wrong rope and he falls down. I say it's all very Sam Raimi. Says you pulled the wrong rope, so they pull him back up, and his glasses are broken. His nose is bleeding now. Apparently, he's got all bits stuck in his ribs. He goes to start pulling those out, and there's all squelchy sound effects and stuff. Luckily, it's in black and white, so it's not particularly gruesome. But then we learns we've got to read the committal of the young girl. She was murdered by her father and buried somewhere in the house, and they don't know where she was buried. So they've got to find her mortal remains and read the committal from the Bible, and do that. And then he sees that there on the floor, which is where Bruce Campbell's just hit the floor and just made a perfect diamond shape. So you notice his chest is a diamond shape ish in it. So just happens to be there where she's buried, and he notices it. Oh, look! So he pulls the stone up. Hang on, where is it? Pulls the stone up. For Pete's sake! And then he's found the bones of the young girl, and he's to get the Bible. But Sophie Ward's now been possessed by the evil spirit of the father, and there you go. Too late, nobody's going to save my daughter. But he just goes over and punches her. But first she starts throwing things. So she throws a bag of salt, here it comes, a bag of salt. Bag of salt. Which hits Bruce Campbell right in his chest. There we go. So he starts screaming, because obviously that'll hurt, won't it? And says it's all burning. I think he knocks her out here now, by the way. He gives her a punch. There we go. There we go. Sean Connery style. There's a water, quick, help me. And he picks up a jar. Doesn't realise it says vinegar on. Throws that over him. So he's like, again. And he goes, oh, sorry. He says, all right, it's going numb now. So just start reading. So he starts reading the committal things. Yeah. And he says, starts reading it in gibberish. He's going, yup. He says, the book's upside down. There you go. Because he's dead stupid. So he starts reading the things. And here comes Marina now, possessed by the spirit of the evil ghost or whatever. Anyway, that does the trick. Here we go. Now some groovy effects. And it makes her disappear. And she says, oh, thank you. And off she goes to heaven or whatever. Sophie Ward's okay. Broke the evil spell. Split diopter again. He likes using that. But it's a Robert Wise thing. Robert Wise likes using split diopters, doesn't he? He says, will he be all right? It's only a flesh wound. And so he says to her, look after him. And off he goes. He goes through another portal. But then we cut back to Sarah, who's in the shuttle now, with the other fella that's left. Him. Who looks familiar, and I can't think what I've seen him in, but he does look familiar. But I don't know the name of his character. See if she says it. I don't think she says his name at any point. But anyway, there you go. She's figuring out the meal that they ate that infected the crew with the alien spores or whatever. She says, thank goodness I didn't have the soup. And then he realises he had the soup. Sean Connery style. Well, he did, didn't he? He did hit a woman, wouldn't he? So it's like the airplane gag, innit? He says, I had the soup. And the pilot's looking down at the fish, because the fish made everybody ill, didn't it, on the plane, in airplane. Soup! Anyway, right. Supply tent is set to blow in 3 minutes. What the talk? When I saw it earlier on, I was thinking, what's she talking about, supply tent? On a spaceship, I don't get it. Anyway, whatever. Maybe that's just a gag that just went over my head. I don't know. If you get it, explain it to me. But anyway, so he's been infected. Obviously, the alien's coming out of him now. It's all gooey and not gory, but just gooey. It's amusing. Anyway, and it's gonna get her. So it starts getting her, does the alien? There we go. And It's on her head. It's it's forcing itself into her throat, and it's like on her head. It's like an octopus or something, isn't it? But then suddenly, an axe appears. In a minute, here it comes. An axe appears and just hacks into the alien. How does he know he's not hacking into Sarah's head? Anyway, it's Mark has arrived to save her. There he is. Look. Gets her out anyway. Saves her. And apparently he's been on loads of adventures. I'm presuming he's learned how to sword fight as well. Because remember in the first film, he didn't do really well at sword fighting against the Maquis de Sade, remember? He didn't do well at all. But apparently he must have been learning all his other adventures because he's quite good at it in this film. Anyway. So she's saying, oh, there you go. Have you got Frankenstein's notebook? And he says, the Loch Ness Monster ate it. There you go. But he did get this from a voodoo priest. So, as I said, he's looking for evidence to show. So it says it's really heavy. I don't know why he's picked that. But anyway, there we go. Stuff's blowing up, and they've got to get through a portal. There we go. The alien's back. Well, if it's the same one or a different one, I don't know. But anyway, an alien's there. I can't remember what happens here, to be honest. There we go. It's going to get him. That's it. He puts a grenade in it. There you go. He shoves a grenade up in its chest plate, and it's really rubbish. You'd think it'd explode really well, but it's just like it just explodes rubbishly like that. Look, dead. Never mind. And it's got hold of the I forgot what they call it. Compass. It's got hold of the compass as the alien, and they've got to get out. And he can't. I don't think he can get hold of it. Can they? Does he? Does he get hold of it? But I'm sure. I thought he dropped it. Yeah, it doesn't get it. He sees where the portal is, and they jump through the portal, but it's got to leave the compass behind. But it magically reappears later on in the film, and I don't know how. I might have missed something because I think I was watching it earlier on, and I got distracted with something, probably my son or a cat or whatever. And when I came back, it were back. But anyway, as we can see here, it's been destroyed in a crappy explosion. Pardon me. And they emerge now in a fantasy world or whatever. It's not a fantasy, it's like a medieval period drama thing. Horror, I don't know. But anyway, so there they are. But he's lost the compass. Notice he's still got this t-shirt on all the time, hasn't he? Her clothes keep changing, and his has changed, but he's always got this t-shirt on underneath for some reason. Anyway, but she's worrying, she said she's got to go back and she'll be found with evidence, and she'll be found not guilty. And he's saying, but I've lost the thing, we don't know where the time portals are, so we can't get back. And I'd be thinking, but she's worrying about the trial, and I'd be like, well, it's fine. I'm with somewhere else, and we can't might as well just live here. Sod the trial, it doesn't matter, does it? But it's bothering her. It's bothering her. Anyway, then horses approach. And knights appear and ride round them for a really long time. I was watching, I was thinking, they're milking. They must have rented these horses and these knights, these suits of armour or something. They want to get his money's worth, his screen time with them. But I said, they're riding around them for ages. Anyway, they take Sarah and beat him up a bit, and take Sarah. So she's some sort of princess or something, I don't know. But then David Carradine appears. Look, how's Scarabis also taking the one you loved? And there's David Carradine, the late David Carradine. We'll not go into how his lateness, but the details. But there he is, being a bit, kung fu sort of fella. He's been the wise man at the side of the road. And this is a prop that he used in a film that I've forgotten, but he mentioned it in the behind the scenes. Magic flute, something like that. but it's his, you know, he kept it from that film. Let me check. David Carradine, where the hell are you? I think he said it was filmed The Magic Flute. Just bear with me. This is going to be a long list for me to check through, isn't it? Because he's been in like 80 billion films and TV shows, hasn't he, David Carradine? Let's keep going. Right. I think he said it was Magic Flute. Probably wasn't, now I've said that. I can't find the bloody thing. Anyway, he says it's from a film, and it's a flute or something like that he uses as a weapon in that film, and he kept it, and he's using it in this. But I can't bloody find it. So never mind. Sure, he said it was called The Magic Flute. I can't find it on IMDb. Don't matter. Right, whatever. Or it was a film about a magic flute. Anywho. Which disappears and turns into a sword. But anyway, so off it gives him some a bit of exposition and tells him you know, who he is and all that stuff. And then he says, you've got to go and save. It's over there is the castle, and you'll need this. And as we'll see, he says it's that way. Then there you go. And then he says, you'll need this. It's things turned into a sword. Is that deliberate? Is it supposed to have turned into a sword, or is it just a mistake? I don't know. But anyway, it's got a very nice sword. So off he goes to go and save Sarah. There we go. And I don't think we see David Carradine again. They probably had him for a day. Anyway, right, so we're here with Alexander Godunov, who you may know from Die Hard. He's been in something else as well, but I'm blanking. So there he is. In kind of a... I don't know, is Anthony Hickox a bit of a perv? I don't know, but another... kind of Mackie de Sade thing. There you got some girl being tortured by me, by the looks of it, judging from the body type. Being tortured. And at first I thought it was Sarah, and I thought, she'll enjoy this, because remember in the first film she was into all this torture, wasn't she? By the Mackie de Sade. But I think he's forgot that. But anyway, never mind. But it's not Sarah. It's somebody else. That he's torturing, but look, he's bored. Anyway, so I don't know who this fella's supposed to be, or who he's supposed to be reminiscent of, I don't know. But obviously some, you know, trans type person, LGBTQ plus, I don't bloody know, sort of person. Is it supposed to be like, what's his bloody name now? I'm not, Rocky Horror Picture Show, I'm not on about Tim Curry, I'm on about the other fella, the fella that wrote it. I can't remember his name now. Anyway, I think it's supposed to be somebody like that, or maybe somebody like Tim Curry's, you know, character in Rocky Horror. But anyway, whatever. An effeminate bad guy. Anyway, there we go. And we learn that he wants to be called His Majesty because he wants to become the King of England. It looks like the person who played Death in Bill and Ted. Yeah, it does a bit, don't it? But it's not. It's not William Sadler. It's not William Sadler. Just with hair, yes. Let's have a look. I don't know the character's name either. I don't know the character's name. They should show him as, you know, not in alphabetical order, in order of appearance, and then we bloody know, won't we? I don't know who he is. Because I don't know the character's name. Anywho, never mind. He plays a decent part. There we go, comedic. He wants to become the King of England. Apparently, it's called Scarabis, but he's not the King of England. But he's going to try and impersonate, through supernatural means or occult means, the King of England. Anyway, says the sergeant's back. He's brought her back. There she is. Apparently, she's maybe some princess. I don't know. She's supposed to marry the King of England. She said, I don't want to marry the King of England. But I think he's actually going to... That's it. She's his sister in this. And she's got to marry the King of England, but he's going to be the King of England. So a bit of, incestuous stuff going on. Whatever. But anyway, so that's what she's there for. I says you don't think that her and Philip, who she ran off with, Philip is Mark, don't think they got up to nudie prod games, so they go have her checked out. So they take her away to be checked. Meanwhile, a really bad blue screen, whatever thing there, obviously with the California, the rolling hills of the San Fernando Valley or whatever in the background, and I don't know, whatever's here. Mark's arriving at the castle, and he jumps on board this horse and cart with these two. One of them, this fella, the older fella there, if you recognise him, he was Mark's butler in the first film. I forgot the name of the character, but it's him again. But he doesn't say, "Oh, look, it's you from the first film." And I remember he was stabbed, wasn't he, by somebody and died. It's him again, so they've got him back. Anyway, so let's see. He jumps, and they don't notice, it seems. He jumps on the back, and that's how he gets in the castle. Meanwhile, Alexander Godunov is, I don't know, getting up to stuff. Is he doing belly farts on her? I don't know, but whatever. Being interrupted. There we go. She's must be midwife or whatever. I don't know. She says she's still a virgin. So anyway. So she's been held in the room. Mark comes. Oh, he says, look, how many soldiers are there in this place? He keeps having to fight off soldiers. He's obviously improved at sword fighting. He's come to get Sarah out of there. But obviously she's been boozing, so she's all giggly. Or she's drugged, or whatever. I'll say she's been boozing. So there you go, she's giggling. And they've got to find a way out. Anyway, wherever they are here, it's above a chamber where they're watching them do some occult ritual, or some sort of sacrifice, or whatever. Another bit that I missed, because I don't know what's going to happen here. I got called away. I didn't pause it. So some girl on this pentacle-shaped malarkey. They brought a Black Panther look at the Black Panther's roaring. I think she might turn into a Black Panther. I'm not sure. I think this is what he's going to do with the King of England. So I don't know. But anyway, they're doing all this chanting, look, and she's gonna transform. We're going to see some effects makeup. There we go. She's going to start changing. I want to see what happens now. Oh, look, she's all changed. I think she's going to change into a panther, I think. Oh, yes, she is. Look. Turn into a panther. I'm a tiger. Oh, look. Oh, there she is. Oh, we see her. We see it later on. We see that later on. So she's kind of changed into a human-panther hybrid. Kind of spooky. We see that later on. I wondered what it was when I saw it later. So, anyway. So what they're going to do with her? They're just untying her and taking her away. Right, so I wouldn't be filled with confidence after that. But obviously he's thinking it's fine, I'm going to have a go. So what they found here? Can't remember. Found a big book of something or other. It's where they're finding out what he's going to do. He's going to try and transform himself into the King of England, because the King of England's knocking about somewhere. Maybe this is the King of England's castle. I have no idea. But anyway, there you go. Guards arrive. I think they're going to have a bit of a fight in a minute. They've captured Mark and put him in one of them. This is reminiscent of Flash Gordon. It reminds me of Flash Gordon. You remember when Sam J. Jones were captured by Ming's people and put one of them on his head, didn't they? But he's no Clytus, is he? Oh, look, see what happened to the last fella that they put one of them on his head. Tell me about this fellow Houdini. Anyway, meanwhile, back in the castle, some sort of feast going on. We're going to see the King of England in a minute. Here he comes, the King of England. I don't know which king. I don't know if it says. Does it? Does it say? Is it going to be announced? Let's have a look. Royal entrance music. I bet it's like. Yeah. I have no idea who plays him. Who plays the King of England? Does it say? Oh, it's supposed to be King Arthur. That's what it says in the IMDb. King Arthur. Played by John Ireland. King Arthur. All right. So is Scarabis supposed to be, kind of like Mordred or whatever? I don't know. But there you go. King Arthur. Is it the King Arthur? Knights of the Round Table, Excalibur, etc. Don't know. But anyway. So here he is. There's Mark still 2 billion bottles of beer on the wall. Oh dear. Right. Oh, the Raven comes. Oh, he mentioned another bit that I must have missed. He mentioned the Raven. The Raven, I think, gets him out. What is it? Why's the Raven talking? I don't remember this bit. Has he found a key or something? What's going on here? Oh, it's Sir Wilfred. How does Sir Wilfred turn himself to a raven? What the bloody hell? I think he's brought... Is this how he gets the compass back? Let's have a listen.
Of course it's me. It's the only way they let me appear in this one.
So it's gone all fourth wall and meta, hasn't it? So they let me appear in this one.
Oh, it's a heavy thing to fly around with.
Yes, he's brought the compass back. How did he get it? It was on a spaceship that exploded. How did the Raven get it? No idea. No idea. Anyway, so he's brought the compass back, and I presume he also helps him out of this contraption that he's wearing. Right. Anyway. Let me try and put this in a more earthly way. Sarah and you have actually stumbled into God's Nintendo game. Oh, right, okay. Where he and the devil fight it out using their various time warriors as different characters. It's like they've just thought, how can we explain all this like 3/4 of the way through the film? We've got to have some sort of explanation for all this nonsense that's going on. Oh, we'll talk about God and the devil and time warriors. I don't know. Or something. It'll do. Tip the balance one way or another. Just like in Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Anyway. If evil ever wins one of these battles, results in the real world are more horrific. So he's got to defeat this. Each place he goes, he's got to win, hasn't he, and defeat evil. Right. So he's got him out. I presume he's going to fly off now. We'll probably never see him again. Is there a way back? Yes, but be careful. Right. Oh, Cartagra. What the hell's Cartagra? Can not be used to open the main door. The one that joins the two universes twice. And they've already been through it once. Tell you. Before you go rushing back to your world, Mark, remember... See, I don't remember any of this. It's one of the greatest privileges ever to be chosen as a time warrior. And I thought he was going to be like Sam in Quantum Leap. But anyway. So... God wants to be a time warrior, and but he's got to get Sarah back. So that's what he's got to do. And so Wilfred bogs off. Meanwhile, we have that sexy dancers with snakes and stuff. Oh, this is kicking off in the big banquet. Hey, wine, maha, more mead, etc. Turkey legs they should be eating, shouldn't they? But there he goes, putting some potion in the king's chalice. Anyway, so they think, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to have to go to... I shall have to repair to my bedchamber. There you go. Everybody else carries on. There's me there again, look. In some sort of prison, dungeon, or whatever. He's being got. Is that Mark that's just got it? Yes, he is. Mark's become a really good fighter, hasn't he, all of a sudden? But anyway... I think we see is this reminds me of Sword and the Sorcerer, which we did a while ago. With the grinder and all that. Cool film. I love the Sword and the Sorcerer. Speaking of warriors, Dream Warriors celebrated 30th anniversary the other day. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. That one is that what you're on about? There were also. No, I'm thinking of Night Warriors. Also, a Graham Masterton book, but I think that was called Night Warriors, which had a similar thing with Nightmare on Elm Street 3. But anyway, that's a different thing. Cool. Anyway, they was letting all the prisoners out. I think we see. There we go, letting them out. I think we see that what they call it, that hybrid panther woman thing. It's knocking about somewhere. We do see it again. Anyway, the king's there, ligged out. And, there's Anthony Hickox playing another English... in the first one he played the English Prince, didn't he? Who were at... yes, Nightmare 3. In the first one he played the English Prince who were being entertained by the Marquis de Sade. In this one he's playing an English knight who's loyal to King Arthur. I don't know who he's supposed to be. Lancelot? Don't know. Does it say? I think it just says English knight, I think. Anthony Hickox, where are you? I think it just says English knight. King's officer, it says there. Anyway, like I said, doing his cameo. Anyway, so Alexander Godunov goes to his room to get ready to transform himself into the King Arthur. So anyway, there we go, giving it all that look. Oh, transform! Oh, so as it goes red, like on the cover. There he goes, changed himself. Oh, I'm King Arthur now. Tell he's not the proper King Arthur because he's not wearing red. Anyway, right, so Mark's fighting with Scarabus's chaps, and then also comes across the king's officer, but says, check on the king. The king's in danger. Scarabus using black magic, and so they go to check on the king. But he says, I'm fine. And then the Anthony Hickox says, where's your special ring that only the king wears? And he goes, what? Don't know what you're on about. But Mark notices something behind him. There you go, a little trap door. So they all head through there. And the king's officer says to the other guards, don't let this man out of your sight. He says, but he's the king, isn't he? There you go, but he's the king. Like this idiot soldier. Anyway, they find the proper king tied up there, look, in this other room. There you go. So they release him, and he says, oh, I'm in your debt, and all that stuff. So they head back out, and where's Scarabus? He says, what? He went. He was the king. I couldn't stop him, because he's an idiot. But anyway, so Scarabus has got away, so they've got to go after him. Meanwhile, the proper king says, they fight for England. Anyway, I think he does mention America at one point. Can't remember, but anyway. Right, so it's caught up with them. So anyway, there's that Scarabus. He doesn't stay as the King of England for very much longer. He does change back. There he goes laughing, like, ha ha ha. There we go. I'm going to change by just doing that. Well, we've run out of money for effects, so we'll just do a hard cut. Anyway, so they're gonna now sword fight through time, which is kind of fun. I forgot my coffee. It'll be cold now, won't it? I like McDonald's coffee. It's really nice. But anyway. So, oh yes, he's fighting that fella, I don't know his name, but he's like a henchman of Scarabeus, and he's losing his mark, and then Mark just hits him with a big, massive book. In a minute, there you go. He gets this book here, picks it up, and just whacks him in the face. Like splatters his face with this big book. In a minute, where is he? Come on, where is it? There we go. And next time we see him, all his face is like a cartoon. All his mouth and his nose is like distorted as though it's been squashed by that big book. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, so they're going to fight. He's going to fight him now. Yes, he asks Tim Curry chap, I don't know, there we go, to kill her. So he says, "Oh, pleasure." So they're going to be fighting, and Mark's going to be fighting Scarabeus. Pardon me. Oh, this is where they mention America. There you go. Before I kill you, which village will breed such idiotic, futile persistence? And he says, America. She goes, of course. America? Is that east or west of, no, north or south of London? There you go, that's what he says. And it's the future, she says. It's kind of west. It's the future. What's it talking about? Let's hope no other of your fellow villagers dare venture east. Anyway, whatever. So they start fighting. And they start, I don't know why, but they just start jumping through portals and going to all these different places. So now they come through here into Dr. Jekyll's lab. As I said, what's it got to do with time? Dr. Jekyll didn't really exist. It was created by I'm blanking. Robert Louis Stevenson, wasn't it? But anyway, never mind. So they're in Dr. Jekyll's lab fighting away. Meanwhile, he's trying to kill her and licking her at the same time. As I said, I think Anthony Hickox is a bit of a perv. They're fighting in Dr. Jekyll's lab. And then they jump into this one, and I thought they were in some Saturday Night Fever thing, but it turns out this is the Dawn of the Dead mall that they're fighting in, because all these other people are shooting at zombies. Look, let's see, we see all the zombies. Look, so they're still sword fighting in there. So who the hell are they? Don't know, but they're badass or something like that. Or they're bad. I missed it, never mind. And then they jump again into a Jack the Ripper scenario. So just as Jack the Ripper's about to get this poor lady, who they save, I must admit, so was she going to be Jack the Ripper's sixth victim? I don't know, but about to get, and there they go. They appear sword fighting. It probably read really well on the script or in this synopsis. They said, "Oh, they're going to be fighting, sword fighting through time and all these different sets and stuff, and it'll be cool," which it kind of is. Anyway, so they interrupt him, so they save her, and then so they end up in another one in black and white this time. Oh, they're in Nosferatu now. What's it got to do with time? I don't know. So they're in Nosferatu. There's There's Drew Barrymore. Apparently she's friends or something with the director or whatever, and visited the set, so he stuck her in this scene. And this fella playing Nosferatu looks bloody rubbish, doesn't it? It looks nothing like Nosferatu. It actually looks like a fella. If you watch wrestling, WWE, it's been in Canada the last couple of things. SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown, and last night's Elimination Chamber. There were a fella at the front row, both shows, looked just like this fella. Kind of annoying. But anyway. Like, bloody hell, because remember, Nosferatu's a silent movie. There you go. It looks nothing like Max Schreck, does it? It's just some bloke with a ball cap on and Spock ears and fingernails, whatever. Anyway, so they're still sword fighting. Look, they're still at it. The hand. Oh, yes, he chopped a zombie's hand off. In the other one and grabbed hold of it. And there's Drew Barrymore. Look. That must have been before she became, really, really. It's before Scream, innit? Scream was 97, I think, wasn't it? And that elevated her career, didn't it? Anyway, it's coming to get that fella, and then suddenly the going to this another scenario. There you go, the sword fighting again. This is a Godzilla film. It's all right. Does look like him. All right. Did you watch it? Did you watch that wrestling thing? Anyway, what a shocking finale, eh? But anyway, climax, should I say. Anyway, so they're in, there you go. They're in a big Japanese monster movie, and they've put like Japanese kind of racist hair on them. There you go, here it is. Get state. I know it's supposed to look bad, isn't it? And it does actually. They do a bit of bad dubbing.
Oh no!
That's stupid, isn't it? You've got to laugh. Anyway, so they're there, and then suddenly, she's still fighting him, LGBTQ chap. He's trying to throttle her, by the way, but then she turns the tables on him in a minute. Because he's got a knife, and he's going to kill her, but she kills him first. Right, she stabs him. Yes, I'm a big wrestling fan. Yeah, it was a shocker ending. I started watching it last night, but we're on late at night here in the UK. I actually fell asleep. I fell asleep at the beginning of the men's chamber match, so I finished watching it this morning. If I watch something in bed, that's it. It's tough, but I started watching it in bed anyway. Anywho, right. So what's bloody hell going on here? Where's this come from? Did that just appear out of a portal? I wasn't paying attention. No, it's just there. It must have done. So there's been some futuristic thing. They've been on the Voyager holodeck. This is before, isn't it? This is before Voyager. The Captain Proton. That's like robot, isn't it, of Captain Proton? That. If Windgrace were here, he'd tell us all about it. There's a big robots there. They've re-emerged back in there. Still sword fighting. Oh, look. Oh, slice. Anyway, so he's lost another sword fight, but, it did a good job. It was a pretty good show last night. Yeah, it were all right, wasn't it? It were all right. As I said, a shocker of an ending. Who'd have thunk it, eh? The zombie hand. Shoved the zombie hand in his face. And I think there's the zombie hand again. And the hybrid woman panther's going to get him in a minute. I think there we go. She grabs hold of him. Look, there we go. And there's going to be loads of blood spraying in a minute, I think. There we go. Don't know what she's doing. Don't know, but loads of blood spraying, whatever it is. So that's the end of him. Drop the whatchamacallit, the compass. Justin says, yeah, it does remind me of Captain Proton. Yes, it was just like the robot of Captain Proton, wasn't it? Right, where were we? Right, so he's got the compass back. So they've got to go find Sarah, and they've got to get out of there. Oh, he's got the hand, and how was it manacled? He could just get out of there. Never mind. So they get the hand, because that's their evidence now. Oh, right, she looks through another portal, and it's this is the pod people, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So they say the pods are hatching. She looks down. There's a pod there. Looks, this is like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So she pops back in. They've got to find a way to get back to their own universe, and the portals just like open randomly to the universes that are around this area or wherever. I can't remember. But there's got to be a way to trigger it. So it says the Raven or whatever it was. Sir Wilfred said it to do with Alice through the Looking Glass. So I think that's what he says here. The Raven said So Wilfred told me to take a minute, then guess, said the Red Queen. It's another line from Through the Looking Glass. Yes, so they've got to find a mirror, basically. Oh, he grabs the hand. They find a mirror. Hang on, where is it? There it is. They find a mirror. And it does work. The portal opens up. But it's only big enough for one person to get through. So he gives her the zombie hand and basically pushes her through. And then this fella appears that he's splattered. There he is. That he splattered his face with the big book. Look, like that. Looks rubbish. He starts fighting and he says, "Go!" So he goes. So Mark's trapped, lost in time or whatever. Go, damn you, go. So off he goes. Off she goes, in a minute. But she saves Mark first. There we go. She's got, what's she got? I can't remember. Yes, he had a big, I don't know what they call it, one of them, a mace or whatever it is. He had one of them on his belt, so she's whacked him with that. And killed him and saves Mark, and now Mark makes her go through. They're trying to go through, and this is where he says there's only one person can go through. So he sends her, so off she goes, and he's watching as she goes back to her own time. There we go, I'm back. And the hand's there as well, look, twitching. So she picks that up, and then I think she's in court next. She sees a painting. She saw that earlier on, and she didn't get a chance to look at it, but then she sees it. It's Mark as a knight. Kind of reminds me of that, the reversion of Connecticut Yankee, King Arthur's Court, a cartoon version, which ended with a fella seeing King Arthur on a motorbike in a painting or something. Kind of reminds me of that. Right, so she's back in court and she's got the hand. So she's proved that her story's true because she's got a disembodied hand, a zombie hand. So she's found not guilty and everything. So she can go. She's set free, but she was set free anyway. But anyway, whatever. So she's set free and she says, "What are you going to do now?" She says, I'm going to... I can't remember what she says. Miss Sarah Brightman. Yes, this fella appears. Which is straight out of... Back to the Future, the end of Part 2. Yes, the end of Back to the Future Part 2. This fella arrived from Westbourne Delivery Service. There we go. We've had this for hundreds of years, and now we're told to deliver it to you on this exact date. And it's the compass. She opens it up. It's from Mark. There you go. She opens it up. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. Join me in very fancy script. It's the compass. And says, I guess I've done my part. Goodbye. And off he goes. And she gets into this omnipresent yellow cab. Where are you going? What are you going to do now, Sarah? And she says, I'm going back. And they're all saying, none of them say, going back where? What are you talking about? But she just gets in the cab. And the cab drives off, and as it's driving off, we see... So a portal's opened in the cab. I thought you had to use the compass to find where there were a portal. I didn't think that it opened a portal. I thought it showed you where there was one. What must have been one in that cab. So she's gone off to be with Mark, wherever he is. And there we go. That's the end. That's the end of Waxwork 2, Lost in Time. It's alright. It's not as good as the first one. And it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it ends with a music video by LA Posse, which gave me a headache because it's all very shaky. The music video apparently directed by Anthony Hickox as well. Must have been filmed on video or something because the quality is terrible. Look at it, it's awful. But anyway, so there we go. So we'll not dwell on that. It's okay. Yeah, Justin says this was a fun movie. It's all right. I'm trying to think where you can watch it. I think you can buy or rent it on YouTube in the UK, but it's not on Amazon Prime in the UK. You can get it on DVD, on Blu-ray, and all that stuff. But anyway, press the wrong button. So there we go. Anyway, special optical effects by Robert D. Bailey. Never heard of him, but anyway. Yeah, so there we go. A music video. It's not very good. It's rap, so I'm not into rap. There you go. There you go. But it's all right. It's all right. A nice little double bill, isn't it? Waxwork and Waxwork II. It's a nice little double bill. Give it a whirl. Oh, look, Steve. Oh, there's some names in this. I'm going to go back, actually. Steve Norrington. I'm guessing that is the same special makeup effects technician. I'm guessing that's the same Stephen Norrington who would go on to direct the first Blade film and other stuff. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And I did another one as well, but I can't remember what that is. I'm guessing that's him. But there are some other names in this credits, and I can't remember what they are without seeing them. Godzilla as himself. I'm not sure. I might have been just Stephen Norrington. I'm sure I saw somebody else who's gone on to be famous behind the scenes. But I can't remember now. I've forgotten. I should take notes, shouldn't I? I'm terrible. But yeah, Stephen Norrington. He jumped out at me. I'm trying to see if there's another one. I don't think there is there? I don't think there's going to be another one. Never mind. There might have been, but I've forgotten. Anyway, whatever. Yes, just says, I believe that's him. Yes, I think it probably is. Anywho, right. We'll leave it there. We're all done and dusted. So, yes, a fun film. Give it a whirl. Actually, I think it is on YouTube. I know it's on YouTube, buy or sell, but I think you can find the full movie on YouTube. But I think it's split up into parts. So there might be like a playlist of Waxwork 2 that you can watch for free on YouTube. Probably. I don't know. But anyway, just do a search. Right, so we're done. We'll leave it there for this members only edition of Sunday Night Appointment with Fear. So, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks, Justin, for keeping me company while I ramble on for an hour and 40 odd minutes. Blimey. Oh dear. Nearly as long as the first one. But anywho, right, we'll leave it there. So, thanks, Justin, as I said, for keeping me company. And the $5 super chat, which is super generous, super duper generous. We'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching. Don't have nightmares. Look after each other. And until next time, hang on, I've got to find my outro clip. There we go. And until next time, I'll see thee.